Hello, and welcome to this session on AI and machine learning in business. My name is Rick Mutsaers. I'm a principal architect at Informatica, and I'll be explaining how AI and machine learning are helping organizations to improve their business. I'll first discuss why it's so relevant today, how we see this all being implemented at organizations, and how these organizations are seeing the benefits from using AI and machine learning. But I'll also discuss some of the pitfalls and how to prevent those pitfalls from affecting your organization. Finally, I'll briefly talk about how Informatica can assist you in providing well understood, trustworthy, high quality data when working with AI and machine learning models. So let's take a look at why AI and ML are so relevant today. We all know that we're in a global pandemic with unprecedented impact on everybody's lives. So many organizations worldwide are looking for ways to beat this COVID-19 pandemic, developing medicines to cure the disease and vaccines to prevent people from getting sick. Before those cures and vaccines are available, scientists are building AI models to predict the curve rates needed to prevent hospitals from being overwhelmed. Using these models, most countries today have a good grip on the pandemic and are even slowly and safely reopening their economies. Data scientists are also building models to predict the economic impact to help governments determine what government packages are ultimately needed to support the most vulnerable industries to prevent unemployment numbers from skyrocketing. They're also using machine learning models to learn from other countries' experiences with measures such as wearing masks in public and social distancing guidelines. Is 1 meter enough? Or should we aim for 1.5 meters? Or do we even need 2 meters to be safe? To feed these models, these data scientists rely, amongst others, on data from VODAN, or Virus Outbreak Data Network. You can imagine this data needs to be of good quality and needs to be well understood by understanding, for instance, how casualties are counted. Only that way the results can be trusted and used to get accurate predictions to ultimately prevent casualties. This is just one, albeit very relevant example of the importance of AI and machine learning. So now let's project this onto your business. We're really at a tipping point now, today even more so than yesterday. Companies really need to change to even survive in this global pandemic and times of social unrest. One thing many organizations are doing is accelerating their cloud strategy to save cost and increase flexibility. Cloud is also a great way to enable working remotely, another accelerator for your cloud strategy. But that's a complex process and requires good understanding of all of the dependencies of the systems you're trying to move to the cloud. Companies also realize now more than ever they need to compete on customer experience. You just can't afford to lose customers in these uncertain times. So companies are doing everything they can to better understand their customers to better serve them. To support that, most leaders define a data and analytics strategy as a top CDO responsibility. But the analytics is changing quite dramatically as well. And most companies are now adopting self-service BI as an integral part of their business. But to enable self-service, you first need a good understanding of the data you have available. And the majority of leaders hesitantly admit they don't really know where all their customer-related data is, what it means, how it got there, what's its quality, and therefore if it can be used safely. This all puts a lot of pressure on setting up proper data management practice. To support these initiatives, we see that even managing data for this is getting harder. Volumes are ever increasing and making it increasingly more difficult to understand what data you have and where it's located. The variety is bigger, which makes it more difficult to process it. There's many more users that want access to all the data, which means you need to democratize access to data, and data is proliferated across cloud and on-premise ecosystems, which potentially leads to higher cost when you move data between clouds and between cloud and on-premise. To manage all of this, we see that users are really in need of an AI assistant. Everyone is so used to their smartphones with all kinds of smart features, they kind of expect the same smarts in working with data. Therefore, implementing a proper AI strategy is necessary. The good thing is that we actually see this already happening. According to the 2019 CIO survey by Gartner, in 2017, only 4% of organizations had a clear strategy to embed AI and machine learning in day-to-day operations. But in 2018, this already grew to 14% of organizations, and by the end of this year, we'll probably see an increase to around 55%, according to Gartner. This means AI is top of mind with most organizations, but also immediately poses the question on how to implement a good AI and ML strategy. With this focus on AI and machine learning, we've now really entered the world of data 4.0. In the world of data 1.0, data was primarily used to drive applications in support of a single business process. In data 2.0, we saw the use of data expand into cross-functional use in the likes of data warehouses. In the world of data 3.0, data became a strategic asset to most organizations powering digital transformation. And now in the world of data 4.0, we see AI-powered intelligent data management. Where the industry has moved to Industry 4.0, in which most processes in factories are highly automated and supported by AI models to optimize production, the same holds true for many other industries that are now leveraging AI to optimize their business processes. Intelligent automation is an integral part of the Data 4.0 era. To support this intelligent automation, you need AI models. Same for the focus on trust. This refers to getting maximum understanding of the data you're working with. With the volumes of data that many organizations have in place today, you just can't rely on manual efforts to gain that insight. It's just too much work. You need some smart assistant who can crawl all of your enterprise data to discover data, tag it according to the data patterns it finds, and relate it to other data based on those data patterns. But also to validate data based on shared business rules at scale. So you need AI and machine learning applied here as well. And to get to the operational scale needed for the vast amounts of data and users that need access to data, you need highly automated ways of processing and provisioning of data, all in a cost-effective cloud-native infrastructure. That brings us to the question on how to implement AI and machine learning in your organization. As already described a bit in the previous slides, you can apply AI and machine learning in support of your business processes, like use AI models to better predict a customer's behavior to send them a next best offer, or to predict when machines need maintenance in predictive maintenance use cases, or to better detect fraud based on more data and more and smarter AI models. The other angle to implement AI and machine learning is when you apply it in the context of data management. For example, to help automate tagging of data to get a better understanding of data as part of our data catalog or a data governance tool. Or similar to the next best offer, to give you smart recommendations on which dataset can best be used to combine with the dataset you're currently using. Or when you're building a data pipeline, to give you a hint as to what others have done to their data, Like when you bring in two sources in a data pipeline, you get a recommendation to join these two sources together based on a common join key. These are all examples of how to leverage AI and machine learning in the world of Data 4.0, which really is all about AI-powered intelligent data management. But even though it sounds great applying AI and machine learning, there's also risks associated to it. A great example of this is what happened to David Heinemeier Hansen, a Danish programmer famous for his work on Ruby on Rails. He experienced the pitfalls of relying blindly on AI firsthand when he applied for an Apple Card for him and his wife. Based on AI models, Apple gave him 20 times more credit limit than his wife. Based on the same income, the same joint tax returns, they've been married for over 20 years, live in the same apartment. When challenged, the Apple representative said, "I swear we're not discriminating, it's just the algorithm." This clearly shows the danger of blindly following AI models. And there's more such examples, like the Amazon AI recruiting tool that is gender biased, mainly because it was trained on resumes submitted to Amazon over the past decade, a time where many more male candidates were hired compared to female candidates. Or the famous incident where an Uber self-driving car killed a pedestrian because of insufficient training of the machine learning models used in the self-driving car. The rationale behind this is that even though AI and machine learning can greatly enhance business, please ensure you first fully understand the model you're applying and ensure that the quality of the data you feed into the model is of the highest standard. If not, you may be basing your decisions on incorrect output of such a model. Well, most business users can understand where Z equals X plus Y and X equals 10 and Y equals 20, that Z would be 30. But when you have a complex AI model and you feed 10 and 20 as input values, you get 17 as a result, you can only hope that the model is properly trained. It's difficult, if not impossible, to manually correlate the output to the given input. As we saw earlier, AI can also be used to optimize data management. But why is that needed? Well, in the past, IT had a good grasp of all the data in the organization. But things have changed quite dramatically over the past decade, where IT has been overwhelmed by both the volume, variety, and velocity of data, aka the world of big data, and the technological changes needed in the IT landscape to support that new world of big data, things like Hadoop. That simply means IT can't spend as much time actually working with the data anymore. They need to ensure they get all of this new shining technology in place and running side by side with all their traditional IT infrastructure that hasn't gone either. The mainframe is still spinning in the basement of many organizations, and IT really needs to keep the lights on for all these traditional technology next to implementing all this shining new technology. This is, by the way, one of the major drivers for the move to the cloud, to ensure managing IT infrastructure is simpler and thereby more cost-effective than managing traditional infrastructure. And even over the past few years, we saw more technology disruption as more and more AI and machine learning oriented solutions started to appear. On one hand, this helps make tools easier to use. On the other hand, it also makes managing the entire infrastructure more complex. AI and machine learning is not easy by itself, so to have a traditional IT organization adopt AI and machine learning technologies is quite a challenge in most organizations. And on top of that, business in return is ever more demanding and can't wait 3 months for IT to build a new data mart for analyzing market trends or to provision a new data set for AI and machine learning purposes. So this drives a strong push towards democratization to get access to data in support of self-service. Gartner predicts that by 2023, 65% of large organizations will enable their non-IT personnel to perform integration tasks. This basically means that you need simpler tools that allow non-IT personnel to perform these tasks. So self-service data integration using wizards and augmented by AI is definitely needed. Luckily, by the end of this year, 2020, Gartner also predicts that around 75 of integration platforms will leverage machine learning to simplify and automate integration tasks, thus reducing the need for skilled integration specialists. Again, pointing to the direction of simpler to use UIs that use AI to assist the user. We will see this appear in data pipeline creation, in data governance tooling, where, for example, once you define data quality rules, these will be automatically applied to all relevant data sets. Or in data marketplaces, where business users can shop for data and the associated data provisioning task will be fully automated without IT intervention. So now that we've seen the two angles from which we can look at AI and machine learning in relation to data, we can now safely conclude that to effectively use AI and machine learning for business operations, we need good quality and well understood data. To get good quality data, we need AI to help us sift through the massive volumes of data to better understand our data. So really, there's no AI without data, and data really can't do with some AI. So that leaves us with how do you then implement a good data management practice? And this is where Informatica can help by providing the industry-leading intelligent data management platform. Assisted by Claire, our own machine learning-based AI capability, to provide smart recommendations, to automatically tag data based on data patterns, to automate and simplify the creation and execution of data pipelines necessary to help discover, understand, prepare, and cleanse, and deliver well understood, good quality data to your AI and machine learning models. By leveraging the AI in Claire, we've made our tools accessible and usable by any persona in your organization, whether it's a business user in search of the right data for his job, or whether it's a data engineer developing data pipelines to move data between applications and data lakehouses. If you want to learn more on how we do this and learn about how other organizations have implemented our data management platform, please visit our website at www.informatica.com. There you'll find sections on our products, but also lots of stories on how other organizations have used Informatica's intelligent data platform to optimize their data management. You're also invited to watch our technology in practice session during this summit, where we'll demonstrate how we can use Informatica's enterprise data catalog and enterprise data preparation capabilities to prepare good quality data to feed into a machine learning model. With that, thank you for your attention today. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. With that, have a great day, and I hope we'll be able to meet in person again soon. Until then, stay safe and enjoy the rest of the summit. Thank you.